Sagittarius, this coming year is all about your spiritual body and your physical body and how to get them into alignment. These two areas of your life are going to be highlighted sort of rapid fire style with respect to the eclipses and the nodes. It's important to realize that you can't neglect one for the other. It can't be all about your physical body and nothing about your spirituality, or all about your spirituality and neglecting your physical body. This year is the year where you're going to get these into alignment and you're going to live your best life, esoterically and terrestrially. So, if you want to know more, keep watching and I'll explain all about it.
Christmas Day.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mel of Divine Feminine Works, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. And speaking of content, head over to Instagram and follow me over there at Divine Feminine Works. Every day, I've got a whole bunch of content on tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. All right, so head over there and follow me. All right, so I am so excited to be bringing you this video because this is the video of the year. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, this is the one you definitely want to watch. Actually, this series, because I'm going to be breaking it down by sign, okay? But this is the 2022 astrology forecast. One of my favorite phrases is when you know better, you do better. And if you know what's coming ahead in the coming year, rest assured you're going to be prepared and you're going to know exactly what to do. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, Sagittarius. So for you, 2022 is really about your spiritual body on the one hand and your physical body on the other. The eclipses and the nodes are going to be in your 6th house and your 12th house. So there is this dichotomy between, you know, your everyday life, your physical body, what you do for work, you know, basic, mundane, boring things on the one hand. And on the other hand, your spirituality, your subconscious, karma, the unknown. So it's all about, you know, the unknown versus the known for you this year. And this also applies to your sister sign, Gemini, as well. So let's get into the year chronologically and see what's in store for you. So we start the year off with Venus retrograde and Pluto in Capricorn. Now, we already started this back at the end of 2021, and this is going to continue into 2022 up until February. Venus is the planet of love and money, essentially. And when she's retrograde, it's all about rethinking those topics, depending on where this is going down in your chart. And for you, this is your 2nd house of money and material possessions, your personal money and assets. So the beginning of the year is really about you reevaluating your finances, reevaluating your relationship with people as it relates to finances, perhaps people that you work with, people that you invest with, things of that nature. And with Pluto also being in close proximity to Venus in Capricorn, it's going to be a very sort of transformational time. Pluto also governs control. So maybe this is about you really evaluating what control you have over your finances. Do you have any control? Are you sort of spending recklessly? It's a very sort of, the top of the year is going to be sort of a very cerebral time for you because retrogrades are always about rethinkings, okay? And if we're talking about your finances, really about getting your finances in order, getting the spreadsheets out, seeing what your savings, your investments look like, and sort of taking stock of those things. It's not going to be time to act on it. Once Venus goes direct at the end of January, probably then you're going to want to take some action. But at least for the very top of the year in January, you're just going to want to reevaluate those things. All right, moving right along into April, we have the first eclipse of the year, which is a solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. Solar eclipses are all about new beginnings in a very big and dynamic way, if we're talking about an eclipse. And for you, this is going down in your 6th house of work and health. So this is going to be like a new lease on life for you, right? Remember I said your 6th house covers your physical body. And your health generally of your physical body. You know what I mean? And so at that time, you're going to want to start maybe a new health regimen, maybe working out. Maybe at that time, you're going to want to start to do and take actions that promote a more healthier lifestyle. This house also governs work. So at that time, you may be looking for a new job, reassessing the type of work that you do for others. Maybe even do some charity work at that time, or at least start that. But regardless, it's sort of going to breathe a breath of fresh air into your work and health sector. All right, moving on. In May, we have Jupiter in Aries. This is important because Jupiter is one of the most positive planets in our solar system. And the energy that it exudes is all about abundance, good wealth, good fortune, blessings. Everything positive is associated with Jupiter. And Jupiter in Aries is going to do all of that stuff in a very bold and dynamic way. And for you, this is going down in your 5th house of children, self-expression, creativity, and romance. You're going to want to take more risks also. The 5th house also covers gambling. So if you may not be someone who plays the lotto, Jupiter in Aries may actually be a good time for you to buy a lotto ticket. I mean, Jupiter's going to be in Aries between May and October. So you've got plenty of time. But gambling, it's like you're more likely to win. You're going to have more good fortune. So keep that in mind between May and October. You're also going to want to have more fun, do things that are more fun, initiate creative endeavors, initiate romantic relationships. Jupiter is going to give you the green light and the blessing to do so. And again, that's going to be between May and October. Again, in May, we're going to have the 2nd eclipse of the year, which is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. Lunar eclipses either show you the culmination of things, so it signifies the ending of something or something coming to fruition. It also sheds a light on things that have been in the dark for a while, so it may show you the ugly truth about certain things. Now, for you, this is going down in your 12th house. So this is all going to be going down in a way that you may not realize, because the 12th house, it covers things that we can't see, and it covers the unknown. So it's almost like you guys are going to be having this like enlightenment spiritually. Some of you, your subconscious is really going to be put to the forefront of your thoughts. So that means you may be triggered by some things that bring up emotional wounds, past trauma. Everything that happens in the 12th house is on a very subconscious and a deep level. So expect that to be a very emotional time for you personally. Okay. And again, that's going down in May. The next time frame during 2022, which is important, is October through November. The first thing that happens during this time period is Saturn square Uranus. This is the aspect of the year. We've been dealing with it quite a bit in 2021, and that's going to be the same in 2022, and it's going to be at its strongest between October and November. And long story short, Saturn square Uranus is all about boundaries and structure on the one hand and freedom on the other, and how those kind of conflict and make for tension and frustration. Now for you, this is going down in your 3rd house and your 6th house. So the 3rd house covers your day-to-day activities, business transactions, your immediate neighborhood, your environment, short distance travel, communications, and ideas. I know that's a lot. But think of it this way. Perhaps you have been committed and structured to thinking outside of the box because Saturn is in Aquarius. So perhaps you've been setting up a new structure for yourself with respect to your day-to-day activities. Maybe you are taking an active part in your neighborhood or your community, okay? You have obligations to people in your immediate vicinity, obligations and responsibilities. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, there is this like rebellious energy when it comes to your work and to your health. So maybe you are on this new health kick, this new health regimen. You're really taking your body and your health seriously. And that's sort of in conflict with maybe your immediate family members, maybe your neighborhood, the way that you think. This may be a very cerebral conflict for you because on the one hand, you're committed to how you've been thinking. And now, at least when it comes to your health and your work, you're thinking in a totally different way. And those two kind of clash. The best way to deal with this is to find a suitable middle ground, to sort of combine and compromise with the two. That way everyone wins and things can go a lot smoother. Okay. And again, that's going to be Saturn square Uranus, which is going down between October and November. Also in October, we have the third eclipse of the year, which is a solar eclipse in your 12th house of Scorpio. Solar eclipses are all about newness. It's all about planting new seeds, setting new intentions. And with this going down in your 12th house, this is going to be on a very subconscious and spiritual sort of level. This solar eclipse may be a time where you have a renewed faith in the unknown. So whatever you believe in, whatever ideology you ascribe to, you may feel that at that time you will reestablish your faith in that spiritual ideology. Some of you may be really doing some soul searching at that time and sort of doing some cleanup with respect to your subconscious. 12th house is a very solitary house. It's where we sort of quiet down, power down, rest, and recharge. And for some of you, you may just be doing that. Especially in October, this may be a time for you to really like rest up and just get your spiritual body in order. All right. Also in October, we have Jupiter retrograde back into Pisces. So back in May, I said from May to October, that's the time that you want to gamble, you want to play lotto, all that stuff, because Jupiter is in Aries. And then in October, Jupiter is going to go back into Pisces. And at that time, this is going to be your 4th house of home and domestic affairs. So at that time, there's going to be some good energy at home, good energy with your family. It's not going to be as strong because Jupiter is going to be retrograde, but just know that things at home may be a little more peaceful, maybe a little more joyful and positive at that time. Also in October, there's a lot going down in October, we've got Mars retrograde in Gemini. Mars is the planet of action. That's where you want to take action, especially in a bold and dynamic sort of way. But when Mars is retrograde, you don't want to take any action. Your energy can be low. Your physical energy can be low. You're unmotivated. You're not driven. You're just sort of lethargic. And this is all going down your 7th house of relationships. So Mars is going to be retrograde from October until January of 2023. And so at that time, at the end of the year, relationships are going to be maybe a little stagnant for you. They're not going to be as exciting. You may not feel really focused or really motivated to start new relationships, get into new contracts, get into new business deals. You're just going to be kind of blah when it comes to relationships and commitments at the end of the year, okay? Forearmed is forewarned. And then finally, the last event of the year, which is going down in November, is going to be the lunar eclipse in your 6th house of Taurus. Lunar eclipses, like I said before, or if I didn't say it before, I'm saying it now. Lunar eclipses are like full moons on steroids. They either show you the culmination of something, the completion of something in a very big way, or they shed a light on everything in a very big way. Think of pointing a spotlight at wherever the eclipse is going down in your chart. And for you, it's your 6th house of work and health. So like I said, you had a solar eclipse in your 6th house back in April. And that's when you wanted to start a new health regimen. You wanted to, either get a new job or you get promoted, or you just take your health more seriously. Now in November, you're going to see just how far you've come, the results of those actions taken back in April. And it's going to show you it in a very big way. So there may be a health issue that comes up to show you what you need to recalibrate when it comes to your health regimen. When it comes to work, maybe you had a new position, but maybe it's not working so well. Maybe it's not exactly what you pictured. And now that lunar eclipse is going to show you that in a big way as well. Lunar eclipses eclipse things out of your life so that you can make the necessary changes and do things better. That's exactly how you're going to end the year. All right, Sag. So again, this year is about your spiritual body versus your physical body and sort of getting the two in alignment. All right, my loves, that has been the Astro Forecast for 2022. I sincerely hope that you were able to glean some information that may be helpful to you in the coming year. As always, it is my pleasure and a privilege to be bringing this information to you. I wish you nothing but the best. I mean, the absolute best for 2022. This is going to be a year to remember, and I sincerely hope that it brings you everything that your heart truly desires. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next year. Take care.